Hi, this is Derek Tsai from LearnByBlogging.com. Today I want to give you a tour of my garden. Today is the June 19th, the first day of, or roughly the first day of the summer, 2014. I want to give you a grand tour. I have a black purple tomato growing here. This is the it's called Integral Rose, Tomato Integral Rose. Got a pretty nice fruit. However, the leaf seems to be all curled up for some reasons. Over here I have corn. Not going too well, even though I got the listing corn here, but I don't think it's gonna have too much corn. This is the goji berry. For some reason I lost most of the leaves, but it's still growing nice flowers. These will turn into goji berry pretty soon. You can see the beautiful purple flowers. Over here I have small late stage of early stage tomato. It's going to be the beef steak or watermelon steak tomato. I have some I have some sunflower. It's going to grow pretty big. This is my other corn. This is the silver queen corn. It's growing pretty big size now, roughly 5 foot tall. And I have some green onion growing here in the middle of the garden. This one here is more tomato. I believe this is black cream. This one away. Nice fruit there, pretty big size. Not too happy about the leaves curling. Flowers, more tomato, I believe the same species as the other one. Pretty big size tomato. And this is another one here. Once again, they're kind of outgrowing the box. This year I have the self-watering pots. Pretty nice. Always seems to run out of water every day, so it's working pretty well. This is Cherokee Purple. And over here on this side I have more of this Black Prince. This is Black Prince. Okay. They are nice ripening, and this is going to be my favorite, Sun Gold tomato. They are kind of growing all over the place now. But I must say this self-watering pot really works very well. Make sure that the plant always get water, enough water to grow. Look at this beautiful fruits over here, as well as the one that's ripening here. Okay, and this one here I have another tomato. This one here is Bush Goliath, a determinate type of tomato. Nice leaves. I'm using this air pruned Walmart bag pot this year. We'll see how well this comes out. So far it's been working very well. This one here is the Montero. I don't like the leaves being curled up. Seems to be sick of some sort, but still the fruits are coming out nicely. So we shall see. This one is also on self-watering pot. And I have corn here. This one seems to be doing okay, but pretty short. We shall see if this corn is going to come out good. And I have some hydroponic. This hydroponic Chinese bok choy. It's already harvested so many times. Probably this is going to be the last time. And I have some kale that the water kind of dried up. Forgot to add water to the hydroponic system and eventually die. This is a Swiss chard. Very nicely hydroponic system again. On this side of the garden, I have a whole hydroponic system here. This is where I grow my vegetable. This is the little bok choy, a lot of bok choy, and this is a Chinese bok choy green, and more. And this is arugula turned to a wildflower. Over here I have the loquats, or actually kumquats plant. It was not doing too well, and I air pruned the root by poking the holes in the root, and I finally seen a new green coming up just the last few days. So that seems to work. Otherwise, I thought it was gonna die. This one here is guava. After I put it into it was not doing too well until I put it into the self-watering pot, and that seems to do the trick. It was drying up. Seems to be not getting enough water, so now it's doing pretty well. On this side, I have more roses and flowers, and this lavender I planted right in the middle. Bad idea. And I have a jalapeno pepper. It's leftover from last year. Seems to be coming up pretty well. I can see the jalapeno pepper coming up, doing well. And this is my drip irrigation system. I put a cover so it doesn't burst again. And more roses. And these are all I believe these are Cabernet grapes. They're sweet, but not much flesh to eat. It's good for wine making, but not so much for regular eating. Well, on this side there's some more. You see they are ripening pretty soon. We shall see. They'll come from this side here, and I have some coming from this side here. And these are the bells we added from our last trip. Okay, this is my side yard, and I have right up front here I have kale growing in the bucket, in a tote, and I harvest a bunch of vegetable. Now I just put the sunflower in there, and it's not doing too well. And these are the two cherry tree, the front here, and then the back, the one in the back. They already we harvested about 10-20 fruits. Not very good production, but given the weather this year, I think that we did pretty well. Okay. Over here I have all my tomato here, all different species of tomato. They all pretty much growing fruit. This year I have at least 10 different kinds of tomatoes, and I move a lot of my herbs to the front here because they don't need a lot of sun, so I move them over here. This is sage, mint, okay. And I have a lot of tomatoes this year. These are sun gold. You can see they're all coming up. They'll start ripening. Some Monteros, Cherokee purple. This one here is Boxcar Willie. Was told it's pretty good. We'll see. They're coming up, ripening. So a lot of tomato here. Huge production. Okay, on this side here, I have the sage, and this one here is Brandywine. A lot of leaf curling here. This one here is, I believe, is Montero or some sort. Okay. A lot of pepper this year. This is the Jimmy Nardello. See the pepper. They're all fighting for. This is the Hanzhou Chinese pepper plant. Huge. And I have Lombardi in the back here, covered up by this guy. So this is this is Lombardo pepper plant. And I have a Chinese, I'll turn around on the other corner here. This is the zucchini. I'm experimenting 3 different zucchini plants, one over here, and there. Using this here, I use air prune. These 2 buckets, I use air prune pots, and it seems really doing very well. With enough water, they seem to take off. I already harvested one huge one here, and this is another huge one that's coming out here. This thing is humongous. Okay, and this one here is the regular pot, and that's not doing too well. Not many production, so that give you a comparison. And this is the other one, and this is the Chinese cucumber or Chinese eggplant. I don't see any eggplant coming out yet. Simply one might be the one that's coming out here. We shall see. And I have one over here that's tomato that I just put in last week. Over here on this side, this is the original Roma tomato from last year. It seems to be reviving, doing well. And this is the basil, already flowering here. I put it on not too long ago, just 2 weeks ago. And this is a blackberry of my first. Last year I have blackberry. Didn't produce anything. This year we have some fruits, but not enough, not plenty. Seems to doing well now. This is Chinese cabbage, or Chinese cabbage. It's growing huge now. These are 2 other jalapeno pepper that's growing from last year. These 2, they don't get too much sun, so they're kind of slow. And over here I have this is my passion fruit. Last year I had a lot of flower but no fruits, so I put it into the self-watering pot this year, and it's seems to be going very well. Okay, and this is the opposite side of the by the way, this is the other cherry tree, and this is the one we just saw. And right in between the 2 cherry trees, I have these are the tomatoes that I just showed a while back. More sun gold, and all kinds of tomatoes that are coming out. So we're gonna have a lot of tomato this year. Hopefully so far they seem to be doing pretty well. So next I'm gonna take you to the fruits. These are the fruit trees in the back, and I'll take you to a tour of that upper deck. We are growing this orange tree. The orange is finally coming up. You can see the orange tree. The fruits are coming out. Last time I filmed it, it was bearing the flower. So now I'm adding a lot of organic bokashi fertilizer in the bottom here to make it grow bigger. And this one here is grapefruit. You can see a lot of the grapefruits are coming out as well. Don't know why the leaves are yellowing. Probably need some hydrogen fertilizer. And this one here is American holly. Not very interesting. It's been put down quite a bit. Over here, this is the lemon or lime, more like lime. It did a bloom earlier, and I'm not seeing any lime coming out. There's some there are some over here that are kind of coming out. But for some reason, you can see here, probably need to add some water. It seems to be lacking water or nitrogen. Pretty yellowish. And over here is my favorite Fuji apple tree. I got a lot of apple. They're all coming out. I did not thin the fruits. I think that's the right thing to do. But I want to give it a try to see if I can maximize my fruit production this year if I don't thin them. We'll see. I don't mind the small fruit. They actually taste pretty good. More. Quite a few Fuji apples. Over here on this side is Orange Glow melon with the air prune bucket. And here I have the corn and more tomato. This is going to be a blue tomato, very interesting species. And I have the frog skin melon. This is something I saw last year from one of the farm over here, and I got the seeds from them. And this is the Alibaba watermelon with the air prune bucket. And I have a bucket here to store the water trailer system. And I have this is the real lemon tree. I have some lemon here growing. This is the first year it actually bears fruits. Over here is my compost water or compost tea brewing machine here. I'm using a tool on the air pump, and I have compost put in there. This is a 32-gallon compost that I use to water these plants. You can see there's two huge buckets, 2 totes of the compost I got from Cupertino compost site that's free to the residents. And I have a huge bucket here. 2 buckets here I already used up. There's 2 buckets, and this is my compost tea. And over here I have some seedling I'm still planting. This is my stage 2 tomato that are coming up. I'm thinking about doing a hydroponic tomato here. I can see their roots are coming out from the side, air pruned, and I plan to put them into this bucket here. for hydroponic systems. I don't know how it will work. I'll give it a shot. And I have a lot of carrots here. I kind of have leftover seeds, carrot seeds, and I just dump them there. And since we're going by leaps and bounds, in this is the Walmart shopping bag. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy my my garden, and I enjoy doing the garden work this year because things seem to be more productive, and you know, being a second-year gardener seems to make a huge difference from all the past experience and all the experience I learned from the YouTube channels. Thanks for sharing all your information, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.